Hello YouTube. I wanted to do a personal update to my gang stalking situation and to the new subscribers. Some of you may or may not know about this government program called gang stalking. Some of my older videos has a little bit of background and introduction into it. But it's a government program to vilify. They target certain people, they vilify them, and they try to systematically destroy them using different techniques. And I am a victim of this government gang stalking program. And so at this point, I'm just gonna give an update. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them. Um, But you see what's on the screen. The other day, like a couple days ago, I was on this Katniss Everdeen Halloween costume for Hunger Game thing, and I was just looking through it. But I didn't even look that much, and one of the top comments then was this one. It says this person forgot. You can see the comment right here, and at that point, it was actually one of the top comments, and so I replied, well, I hope they catch you. Because to me, this is a serious offense, and this guy is basically, he's bragging about it. And so then here he responded, and this is his response right here that I circled. So to me, he was basically admitting that he was bragging about it. So what I actually did is I called um, the FBI local office where I live, and I actually made the mistake, being gang stalked, of reading this word for word. And it's only after I'd finished reading this exactly word for word I had a bad feeling that these gang stalkers were going to somehow use this against me. And so over the last couple of days, and I just kept a screenshot of this just for personal evidence. People have been stepping up their gang stalking, and everywhere I go, you know, these people are just giving me these bad looks. And just today, there was this couple that came over and knocked on my door, and I could sense they were like listening to my voice to see if this was it was my voice. But the thing is, one thing you'll find that one of the common techniques that they use to vilify targeted individuals is they make all kinds of lies and stuff like that. And one of the biggest lies they use is that this person is a pedophile. And so here I was trying to, do something good to help someone, and now they're using it against me. Instead of using the whole, conversation, they only use the voice print or whatever for just this part that I was reading out. And now they're circulating it, and they're I'm sure they're reinforcing what they've said about me. And one of the reasons why I also put this up is so that if someone else is in this situation where they're trying to report a pedophile, not to read such statements in the first person, so they can't use it against you. And even though I made the mistake, I'm hoping that maybe nobody else will do it. And so that's one of the things that is part of my gang stalking update. And another part is, I don't know, last year, in about summer of last year, well, they had been gang stalking me since 1999, But summer of last year is when the first time that I actually felt like painful electronic harassment. And they were just like using microwaves against me. And it was just really painful. And then, but toward the end of the year, they started like easing back on the microwave harassment, and then they switched to this dusting thing. And this is a shot of my vacuum cleaner, like where at the bottom part, and you can see all this white dust. And I can tell you that before they started doing this, it's not like this white dust that it's almost like it's ground up drywall or something. But the truth is, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's just dust or if it's more than that. But the thing is, they spread this all over my not only on my floor, they put it in my food, they put it in my bed. It makes it sleeping very difficult, um, almost impossible. And so I had to take different ways to fight this. They put it in my clothes. I mean, in some ways it's even worse than the microwaving. So I just wanted to show you that. If you guys know of any ways to defend against this, please let me know. And the thing is, when I do laundry, if I'll do it just by hand, it's not just like it's dirty. It's the water turns like milky white because of all this dust they're putting in. Um, Another picture I took is this. It's they started spitting in all of my food also, and putting um, different kind of liquids. But the thing is, this is a shot of sesame oil. Well, I'll start with this. You know that oil and like spit has different viscosities. So usually I keep it at room temperature. But the thing is, after I discovered they were spitting in my food, I put it in the fridge, and you can see them separating. So here's the regular sesame oil, and here is the spit. And then when I put it in the the freezer, you can see even more, a bigger difference. And the thing is, they've not only done this, they've also started damaging some of my products in my, inside of my home. And so I've called the police over the year 3 times, and I've tried to file a report, and 3 times I've shown them, and they're like, they say, yes, I agree that people are unlawfully entering your house and this and that. And so I ask them for a police report. They give me this little number, and they won't give me an actual police report. So this is something else that's going on. And I also wanted to say, in addition to dust and like spit and liquids that they put into my food and water, um, I had my maintenance man over to I was complaining about the quality of the water, and so I washed my cup, and I said, would you mind tasting it? I washed it, and then I even filtered it Brita, and I was going to give it to him, and he just like jumped. He almost like recoiled, and he was like, because my guess was that he knew they're putting something in the water, and he was making all kinds of excuses why he wouldn't even you know why he wouldn't drink it. So they were just like messing with my water. And since I started, I don't know how to show an example of the next one, but since I started doing all these pole shift videos, they've they've increased of what they're putting into my food and stuff, to where now it's making me sick. And there are a couple days that it's just like I was sleeping all day almost, and it was really bad in the few a couple times, but now it's not as bad. So that's another thing that I did, and I mean another thing they did, and something another technique they used was gassing. Last year I moved into this new apartment, and I had never been subject to gassing. And I moved here, and it was in the middle of the winter. I had all my windows up and stuff, and I just started feeling lightheaded. I called the maintenance guy over, and they're like, maybe it's a freon leak or something like that. They looked all over the place. There was no freon leak. I actually duct taped all the vents and stuff like that, and it helped some. So all through like half of last winter, I couldn't use the heater in my apartment because they were using some kind of odorless gas. And I was on a Facebook group for TIs, and they're like, in this region that I live, they're like, yeah, they gas pretty aggressively, and compared to her story, mine was minor in terms of gassing. They're just like they so that's something else that they've done to me. And and then one more thing you see is, some of you who are familiar with the gang stalking know that they use like traffic in certain ways. Like when you're driving, they'll bunch up around you or something like that. But and they do all of that to me, and honestly it doesn't bother me that much. And I think once they found out that it doesn't bother me, they don't do it that much. But this is something instead that they do. You see my tire is worn out here, and actually some of the steel radials is showing through. And it's like, so why am I showing you this? The reason I'm showing you this is, since I don't know, it was like, I think since 2010 or something like that, I went and I tried to get the alignment done. But the thing is, every time I get the alignment done, it won't even drive straight after I get the alignment. And the thing is, so they're they won't even do my alignment right. And then what I actually did is, I started doing the alignment myself, in and it drives good and everything. But then what they'll do is, when I'm away from a car, out of sight or something, they'll actually lift my car and mess up the alignment. And so I have my car has less than 50,000 miles, and I bought it brand new. And so the thing is, they've totally ruined my tires. And it's not just the front, it's the back and everything like that. And so this is now a personal hazard. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. And for those who are new to gang stalking, like, if you're on the inside and you're leaking information and you're a major threat, these guys, they will not stop at killing people. I mean, they killed JFK, they killed his son, they killed his brother. I mean, you can just go look at all the people the Illuminati have killed. There's like 9/11 witnesses. So they do this when you're exposing them. But for a person like me, who's just a normal person, what they'll do is they'll try to ruin your reputation, or try to just torture you or kill you slowly. And this is what they've been doing to me.